No matter how well paid or world famous movie stars and award-winning directors may be, they're still human, which means they make as many mistakes as anyone. Usually, those mistakes are left on the cutting room floor or offered to fans on blooper reels for a look behind the scenes and a laugh. But sometimes, those mistakes can wind up in the spotlight instead, the result of an editor and director who either never noticed or decided it was just too good to take out. But we'll let you be the judge. Here are Screen Rant's 10 movie outtakes that made it to the big screen. Star Wars. Just about every movie fan has seen the Star Wars saga at least once, but there's a good chance even die-hard fans have overlooked one of the biggest mistakes in the franchise's first movie. When Luke Skywalker succeeds in destroying the Death Star, he gets a hero's welcome back at the Rebel base. Princess Leia is so relieved she screams out Luke's name, but it isn't Leia that actor Mark Hamill calls out in response. The actors have tried to cover up the gaffe, but it's hard to miss Hamill calling out his co-star Carrie Fisher by her first name. Guardians of the Galaxy. With a cast as talented as Marvel's gang of space outlaws, some improv is to be expected. But actual accidents like star Chris Pratt dropping an all-powerful orb of universal destruction are a different story. Director James Gunn has confirmed that Chris Pratt really did drop the orb by accident, but stayed in character and finished the shot so it could still be used in the finished cut.
No problem at all.
This proves once and for all that it's nearly impossible to find where Pratt's clumsy personality ends and Peter Quill begins. Lemony Snicket's A Series of Unfortunate Events. The movie version of this novel series lived up to its name, but even in this series of unfortunate events, one happy accident made it through editing. Thanks to Jim Carrey's famously quick thinking. When the movie's child stars meet their villainous uncle, he proves his career as an actor isn't limited to the stage, asking them for a second take.
Wait. Let me do that one more time. Give me the line again. Quickly, while it's fresh in my mind.
But the line wasn't in the script. Carrey actually wanted to try his line again, but stayed in character when asking his co-stars. Since the strange moment fit the movie's tone, the director decided to leave it in. North by Northwest. It's considered to be one of Alfred Hitchcock's best and most parodied movies, but there's one part of North by Northwest that everyone involved would rather forget. When the star Cary Grant winds up taking a trip in the back of a police car, the actors rely on old-fashioned tricks to make the ride seem more realistic to the audience. When the driver takes a hard left, Grant slides to the right like he's supposed to, while the other policeman misses the cue completely. Grant needs to give him a push, leaving audiences to wonder how the obviously blown take was the version Hitchcock left in the final cut. Cabin in the Woods. One of the biggest laughs of this horror comedy comes when one torture technician gets to see a kill from his favorite mobster up close. The merman prop was rigged to pump out thick streams of blood as it consumed its victim. With the effect working perfectly, the crew decided they might as well let the blood tank empty out before stopping the camera. But it was only when the tank started to run dry that the flowing blood turned into erratic spraying, and every crew member began uncontrollably laughing. The tone changed immediately, and the director decided the joke was too good to leave out. Swapping gore for gag, this proved that behind-the-scenes luck can still result in movie magic. Serenity. The heroes of Joss Whedon's Firefly were up against an entire planetary alliance in this big-screen finale to the TV show, taking a suicide mission into enemy territory to get a life-or-death message to the public. But when the truth came out, even the crew's main enemy decides they shouldn't be punished. Unfortunately, the director had planned to skip over the enemy soldier standing down entirely, which meant he never even filmed the scene. Whedon got creative and used footage of the end of the shot, when he shouted cut and the actors simply lowered their weapons. It did the trick, but they weren't alone. Look closely and you'll see a crew member lowering their camera straight through the frame. The Wizard of Oz. The villain of this classic movie met her end by melting in water, but the actress got it much, much worse. When the Wicked Witch of the West makes her first exit from Munchkinland, she does so in a puff of red smoke and a burst of fire. It's a memorable effect, but also a pretty flawed one. Not only can the trapdoor letting out smoke clearly be seen opening from the set's floor, but it begins to pour out before the witch even hits her mark. So why was it left in the movie? In a later take, actress Margaret Hamilton was severely burned when the fire erupted early, taking her out of action for almost 2 months. When the actress returned, she refused any more fire stunts.
I wouldn't hear of it.
So the studio was forced to use the botched rehearsal take in the final cut. Days of Thunder. Even actors can get starstruck when working alongside megastars like Tom Cruise, and his game was proving to be a problem even early on in his career.
Yeah, what the hell are you talking about?
Cruise played the part of NASCAR driver Cole Trickle in Days of Thunder. whose head injury led to a love affair with his character's doctor. When the couple spent the weekend with Cole's former rival Rowdy Burns, introductions are made with Rowdy's wife Jenny, but she doesn't need to be told who her husband's famous friend is.
Hi, Cole. Hey, Jenny.
Somehow her flub, and crews ignoring it, wound up in the finished movie. Spy Kids. It's still hard to believe that director Robert Rodriguez is responsible for mature action movies like Desperado and the family-friendly movie series Spy Kids. But it turns out that filming fewer action-packed scenes isn't necessarily that much easier. When Rodriguez was capturing an early shot of actress Carla Gugino in front of a set of mirrors, he made an unexpected cameo alongside her reflection. What should have led to a blown take and a good laugh was left intact, with Rodriguez apparently deciding his blunder was too funny to edit out. Terminator 2. Arnold Schwarzenegger may be more acclaimed for his action skills than his comedy chops these days, but in the role of the Terminator, the actor could do no wrong. He even tried a little improv. When his battle with the more powerful T-1000 in the movie's sequel left him severely damaged and losing limbs, he still managed to come to John Connor's rescue. In the script, the Terminator had no line to speak after saving John, with James Cameron simply saying that he emerges looking like he needs a vacation. After filming the scene several times, Arnold decided to give the director a laugh, turning his description into an actual line.
I need a vacation.
It did get a laugh, but Cameron decided it actually fit the character perfectly and made sure that was the take he went with. So what do you think of our list? Let us know if we missed any of your favorite outtakes or happy accidents in our comment section, and don't forget to check out our friends at The Richest and subscribe to their channel. They just released an awesome video about movie mistakes that we're sure you're going to love. Thanks again for watching, and make sure to subscribe to Screen Rant for more videos like this one.